Hello, babe. Welcome back. This is our Soul Revival Tarot forecast for the week of the 17th through the 22nd. And this week, our cards are so fucking amazing. They're so fucking amazing. So, I hope you had an amazing weekend, first of all. Secondly, let's get into it because these are so good. So, our first card is the Sun. Who doesn't want to see that card? Everybody wants to see that card. So the Sun is really all about realizing that contentment is already yours. It's about finding and embodying that joy and happiness that's already within you. It's just about bringing it up to the surface. So if you had been feeling like shit just wasn't going the way you wanted it to go. It's about changing your perspective and saying, you know what? That's okay. It might be that I need to be redirected, or it might be that I need to just keep pushing and finding a different way to do this. So instead of feeling shitty about it, instead of feeling discouraged about it, instead of feeling blah about it, I'm going to just embody this happiness, embody this contentment, embody this joy that I really want to see in my life. Because the thing is that happiness and joy come from within us. They're not really things that necessarily can be sustainably produced outside of us. Like, sure, we get joy from things and we're happy about things in our external reality, but really, in order to be fully satisfied always and be kind of in control of that happiness and that joy and those feelings of contentment, that shit comes from inside of you. And we often have this perception that the more I have, the more I buy, the more I do, the happier I'm going to be. But the thing is, if you're not already happy with where you are, you're just going to keep perpetuating that emptiness and that hunger because you're looking for it and you're trying to find it and you're trying to find it outside of yourself when really it's something that you give to you. So the Sun is really saying, like, fucking give it to yourself, man. Like, really bring what you want into your life by embodying it right now. You don't have to wait until this happens or that happens, or you lose 5 pounds, or you do this or you have that. Like, it can be right now for you. You just have to embody those feelings. So, our next card is the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands says, this is a time to ensure that what you're doing is exactly what you want. And so the Two of Wands is kind of saying, look out over all of this, all of the things that you have before you. Look at all of the possibilities and all of the different paths that you can take. And then decide where you want to go. Decide what you want. And it doesn't have to be necessarily this sort of, how am I going to get there? What do I do? It doesn't have to be an instruction manual of take this step first and that step second. It's really just about looking out over everything and saying, okay, so this is what I want. I want this, and I really want that. And it's just about taking inventory of the things that are being offered to you. I mean, if the world is limitless, if your possibilities are limitless, why would you stay within, oh, I can only have these things? Why would you stay within those parameters if you don't actually have to? And so I think these two combined, the Sun and the Two of Wands, is really saying, like, just imagine how broad your horizons could be if you shifted that mindset from, well, these are the only things I can have. Logically speaking, I can only have this and this and this and this. But if you shifted your mindset to, there are infinite possibilities and I can have any fucking one of them that I want to, imagine what that feels like. Imagine what it feels like to say, these are all the possibilities, and I can choose from any of them, and I can have as many as I want. So really take that step back and look out over everything that you want and see, okay, well, I don't have to use my logic right now. I can just decide what feels good for me. And this is kind of topped off by the Akashic Records. So we're really stepping into everything that we could be. So that's what you're really being asked. These three cards together are really saying, look out at all of this and don't limit yourself. Don't say, well, I can only have XYZ. I can only make this amount of money because that's what my job pays me. I can only do this job because I didn't go to college. I can only have this because no one in my family ever had more. Like, it's time to fucking get rid of that old paradigm limiting belief shit and really step into who you're supposed to be right now. This isn't about, I think people confuse like, oh, well, I have to have a purpose. And they feel like their purpose has to be this huge, profound thing of, I'm here to cure cancer. I'm here to do this. Like, it can just be that you are here, that you're here to receive, that you're here to co-create, that you're here to help others in any small way that there is. It doesn't have to be this like enormous thing that you feel pressure to find and fulfill. Your purpose is your purpose, and it's profound no matter what it is, and it's perfect no matter what it is your purpose. And you're being asked really to step into that fully and to recognize just how expansive things can be for you if you just remove those parameters. So maybe you were in this place before where you were, like I said, in that limiting space where you said, nope, I can only have this, 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 and this. And now you're really opening yourself up to, well, hold on, wait a minute. Says fucking who? I can have whatever I want. And so look out over all of these things, all of these possibilities that you're being offered, all of these things that the world has to give, and ask yourself, what do I want? What are the desires of my heart? Because the desires of your heart were put there by the divine. And so carrying them out is your fucking purpose. So what do you want? What are the desires of your heart? And really go after that. Step into exactly what it is and the feelings that you'll have when you reach that place. Because when you embody those feelings, it's like you collapse time, because you can essentially make it happen faster. Things will flow to you quicker when you're already in that feeling. When you've already said, this is what I want, and you feel it, your external reality has to catch up to your internal reality. It just does. That's how it works. So, all that being said, our final card is from the Black Prism Oracle, and it's the Sickle. And this is all about prosperity and harvest and growth. So it's really that time when, after we've planted all of these seeds and everything is bloomed and grown, we can look at it and say, look at what I did. I've done all this. I planted the seeds, I attended to things, I nurtured what I needed to nurture, and look at what I got. And really, this couldn't really, I mean, like, I couldn't have picked a better card. Like, it's time to step into that and say, look at all of these things that I grew, that I co-created, that I brought into my life for myself. So take all of this energy and realize that you are able to do whatever you want. You're able to have whatever you want. It's just about releasing those limiting beliefs and pulling off those blinders, so to speak, If you're walking around like this is all you can ever see. You don't see what's around you. So take those blinders off and open your eyes to all of the possibilities, not just the ones that you were told that you could have. And so this week, what I want you to journal about is exactly that. What do you want? What are your heart's desires? And don't look at it from a logical perspective. I don't want your logic in here right now. What I want is what you desire. I want your intuition and your emotion in this. And so really write that out. And then I want you to notice whatever fear or resistance or those limiting beliefs that come in and say, oh, but you can't have that. And I want you to write those down. And then I want you to really expand on those. Where did they come from? Did they come from your parents? Did they come from your grandparents? Did they come from teachers or friends? Where did they come from? And then I want you to decide what's actually true for you. I want you to say, you know what, these beliefs are not mine, and so I don't have to hold on to them. Instead, I can choose to believe this and this and this. I can choose to believe that here are all of my opportunities and I'm limitless. So that is your homework. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. It was so good. These cards are amazing, and I hope that you have the best week. I love you. Bye.